It's time to take a stand, bringing the truth to a fucked up land. We've had enough of the lies and deceit. We're done for good with the toxicity. Oh, hell, thanks, we are the Rabyd Nation. Oh, hell, thanks, we are the Rabyd Nation. Oh, hell, thanks, we are the Rabyd Nation. We are the Rabyd Nation.
All right, and a hearty shout out to all of you in the Rabyd Nation. Welcome, one and all. Welcome to the live stream of the Rabyd Atheist Deconversion Hangout for this evening on Thursday, January 8th? Oh boy, already 8 days into this. Welcome, one and all. I'm your host, Ed Rabyd, a former pastor turned atheist, now a compassionate anti-theist. Welcome to my channel. And welcome to Deconversion Hangout. This live stream is moderated pretty heavily. I've designed this space to be a place where people who are deconverting, leaving their faith, can come and talk about that, ask questions about it. I'm certainly no expert in deconversion, but I've been doing it for over a decade now. So I kind of have a little bit of that journey mapped out, and I can help you out. So so there you go. But welcome one and all, and we'll get a roll call here in a minute, but thanks everybody for stopping by. I appreciate all of you. There's a goal in the chat, of course. As always, you can get to make me wear a hat for the rest of the stream for the right amount of money. And that's my low-key way of asking for money and helping me do my work of normalizing atheism and deconversion and helping people get through their deconversion processes. So there you go. But here we go. Let's see. Fred was here pretty early. Fred's on holiday, so he's always around. Just fair warning, everybody, Fred. So Cranky is here. The elder gods have made their appearance, who actually don't exist, but we can still see them for some reason. Martin's here. Rimmer is here. Wolf is here. Let's see. Evan is here. The lap in which our Lord naps. The lovely, ever wonderful, artistic prophetess, I killed Earl, is also here. Paul is here. So there you go. And Michael's here as well. So there we go. And already, thank you very much. Coyote is here as well. Outstanding. But thank you, Martin. Appreciate it. Sugar and spice. Oh, there you go. Oh, man. Yeah, I was talking to my therapist yesterday because it's been a month since I've had a therapy session because my therapist goes on Christmas holiday for 2 weeks, and then the holidays interfere. So it's been like a month. And and so I'm like talking to her yesterday and talking about this community and how things are going. And she is like, oh, it sounds like you finally found a place with your kind of weirdos. And I said, yeah, pretty much. So she says, so. Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to, Cranky, if you want to say that I therapized with my group, sure, but actually sitting down with my therapist, it's been like a month. So, it was the middle of December when I last talked to her, and and she's been very good to me. Like, she's very good to me. So, well, there you have it. Yes. So she was like, and she's happy for me. Like, one of my major struggles deconverting has been trying to find a new community where I can feel like I can relate to other people. And she's worried about me about that a couple of times in our gosh, 5 years of therapy sessions. So she's kind of happy for me. So probably, probably. So there you go. Yeah, but yeah, it's been good since my last therapy session. Legit, I'm kind of really excited to finally jump into therapy. Yeah, good for you, Evan. Like, I'm going to tell you, I remember when I was in the faith, therapy was always looked at as a weakness because why don't you just go to God? Why don't you just go talk to Jesus? And um, no, I think after 5 years of therapy and 40 years of being a Christian, I kind of prefer talking to my therapist because my therapist actually answers back and tries to help me. So there's that, I mean, kind of moves the credibility along when you can kind of hear and see somebody actually trying to help you instead of silence. So, so there you go. But yeah, it's been an interesting journey. Um, well, I'm Gen X. Gen Xers in the United States generally don't like therapy. But they're also probably the generation that needs it the most. Honestly. Um, yeah, well, I mean, cranky. I got a pretty typical upbringing as a Generation X, which was like, don't talk about your feelings. Bury that shit. For my boomer parents, go do the job. And to be fair, there are certain situations where that is true, but there's other times like you can't keep carrying that shit forever. Like you can't. And I've mentioned I go to therapy at work and I get sideways glances from people my age, but not from younger people. Younger people, oh, that's interesting. It's like, well, yeah, my religion, like the Pentecostal religion, would absolutely like look down upon me going to a therapist. They would see that as a failure on my spirituality part because you have to be tied into God as your therapist. God is your doctor in the Pentecostal church. Like you don't go to the doctor to get healed. You don't go to a therapist to talk about your issue. You just pray about them. So, so yeah. So there you go. Yeah, it's just it's a stigma that religion gave to me, my generation gave to me. But there's a funny thing that happened when you actually start doing therapy. You actually start finding solutions to some of your problems. You find ways of coping with things that doesn't overwhelm you, kind of thing. Like it's not a thing where you go, oh my God, how am I going to make it through this now? Honestly, just talking to somebody about stuff every couple of weeks is just helpful. Like, hey, thanks, Cranky. Nibbles for all. All right. Everybody gets nibbles. Whether you want them or not. Can I put a question mark? Who's doing the nibbling, Cranky? That's my question. But yes. Use session the physical rehab when I had health issues to check if dealing with it. Beyond that, I'm a hopeless case. Okay. Well, but at least you know that. And knowledge is power. Like for real, the autism diagnosis that I got a couple of years ago, it's been 3 years ago now. It was helpful in the fact that I knew what I was dealing with, but I also knew I'm not getting over this. This is not going away in my entire life. Like it's something that's part of me, who I am. And coming to terms with that has been very helpful. So yeah, I mean, if you're hopeless, at least you know. Called the last letter generation for obvious reasons. There you go. Yeah, they're great. Like I got because I did mine through recovering from religion through the clergy project, and so um, it enabled me to get a atheist therapist, and she is awesome. Like doesn't bring belief systems, very no nonsense, listens very, very well. Like, and then she also has the ability to tell me, Ed, I think that's kind of bullshit. So it's like, yes, yeah, that's, you point to Daniel and John 16 for all the answers. Yes, that would be correct. My grandma always told you not to pass up a free nibbling. Okay, there you go. She would probably know. Is she one of those grandmothers that has 16 kids? So, Inquiring minds want to know. I mean, I always love those memes on Facebook, like, grandma, all these kids these days ever think about is sex. Also, grandma with her line of 16 kids. You know, like, what are you doing, grandma? You know? Oh, well, good. Listen, I know it may be, sometimes it's scary when you get diagnoses like this, but there's a liberation in this. When you know what your problem is and you know what you're dealing with and you know what your situation is, it's far better than being ignorant. And there's a liberation in that. As much as it kind of scared me at first, I'll be honest, later on, it kind of like, oh, I now have a tool to help me freely navigate these issues a lot better. So there you go. Yes. Oh, okay. A nibble is a half a bite. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, yes. Well, yeah. I mean, like when I when I was a Pentecostal, this weirdness about dealing with anything. But yes, the rapture was always an answer. I don't have to worry about it. The rapture will be tomorrow. Oh, you got a trans bunny hat? Really? Okay. Okay. That sounds interesting. Like, I'm getting ready to buy my Valentine's Day hat for the streaming. I don't know if I'm gonna buy one or two. We'll see. But just, something different. And then, I already have a St. Patrick's Day hat. That's like one of my first hats. So, but I may get another one. Oh yeah, email it to me. I would love to see it. Who knows? Well, maybe we'll put it on a show. Things that fans of the show have sent me. I think I want to keep that as a regular monthly feature, guys, where like the last Saturday of the month, I'm going to do fan art and whatever fans send me. So feel free to send me your weirdness. So, oh, knowing has to be better than that. Yeah, I mean, it's knowing what's going on in your head and having a better understanding of it. Yeah, it's been really good. Oh my gosh. The trans bunny, she thought she was a big dog. She was good at scare. Okay, yeah, there you go. There you go. See, I'm just saying. Oh, sure, scaring the shit out of the smaller dogs. And I've had experiences with small dogs this week. When I got my hair cut this week, it was like I go into the barber shop and the lady there she's got a service dog, and that I have always, like, dogs adopt me almost instantly in every household. Like, they come up to me, I pet them, I'm one of their own. This dog not having anything to do with me, and it's because she's a service dog that's very protective of her owner, and so it's like, yeah. Yeah, PDA was real. Blessed by the spirit of fangs by the looks of it. There you go. There you go. Hey, so the tattoos have done healing? All right. Yeah, because it goes from what, pain to itch, as I understand it. Like, I have no tattoos, so I have no experiential way of empathizing with you, Earl. So there's that. All right. Yeah, I'm online, so I don't normally do mail, but I'm curious. That's great, Evan. Outstanding. Outstanding. Oh man, I think I'm gonna hold on to that for the next fan submission thing. I'll save that for then. It definitely is wild. I kind of like it though. But I'm glad everybody's like buying bunny paraphernalia, being servants of fangs and all. That's good. So, but yeah, that's great. That's good stuff. But I'm going to save it for everybody else. We're gonna keep that one a secret until I think probably the last Saturday of the month. We'll do fan art and fan submissions night. We'll do that. So that way everybody can get their turn. Oh my goodness. The Swedish lady often advertises her blog on LinkedIn and written about Epiphany this week. She called it the Day of the Three Kings. Oh, about Epiphany. Oh, Epiphany. Yeah. Hold on. See, there are so much. Epiphany, the Christian feast day, blah blah blah. The day that they celebrate the three kings coming to Jesus, blah, 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 blah. Um, uh, yeah, you're probably misinterpreting it. You're taking out of context. Am I getting close? But it doesn't say there are three kings. The story, if I were to take the story as real, which I don't necessarily do because Matthew is kind of sus with some of his content. It says that wise men arrived from the east. It doesn't give a number. It gives three different gifts that they gave, but it doesn't say how many wise men there were. I remember that being a trivia question every Christmas in my church. Like they do a Christmas party and it'd be one of the trivia questions. There were three wise men, true or false, and the answer is false. We don't really know. So, yeah. So, but yes, to get rid of it in my comment. Okay. All righty then. All right, let's see. Getting very similar to healing eyes to a really bad son. There's a peeling stage and the company inch will drive you mad because you can't scratch it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I could do that. Yeah, but I can see where they would delete your comment, remember, because see the problem with Epiphany, okay, and because everybody thinks that the Catholics and the church is done, December 25th, but nope. 8 days later, we got to have the circumcision of Jesus celebrated, and then we got this Epiphany thing with the three wise men later on. So it's like they extend the Christmas celebration in the church out farther and farther. So yeah, something like that. But yes. So there you go. The only king born on the 6th was Elvis. There you go. Elvis is the king. There you go. But yeah, yeah, I've brought this up to Theist though before, Rimmer, that there doesn't say how many wise men there were. It's just when you're doing like a pageant, like a Christmas pageant in a church, three wise men just becomes convenient because then you have somebody give the gold, somebody give the frankincense, and somebody give the myrrh, which are really weird gifts to give to a kid. But I mean, people are like, well, they could have given them money or I like, okay, well, gold is money. So they did give money, technically. Frankincense and myrrh are both expensive, like perfumes that would go for lots and lots of money back then. So they actually gave them a pretty good present. You just have to go to the marketplace and sell it, I guess. We three kings of Yeah, they're all trading goods. So it's like, yeah, they gave him money. So it's a gift. It's just a weird gift to give to a kid. BB King, Elvis, and Michael Jackson, three kings. All right, all right. I mean, Michael Jackson was the king of pop, Elvis the king of rock and roll, BB King the king of blues. So yeah, I can buy that. Yeah, 30 shekels. Yeah, maybe. I don't. I mean, it's just weird. Like that whole story. Like I've done that story already in Questionable Witnesses, and the first thing I can point out is the guy who wrote Matthew gives us no historical thing to link on. Like the he doesn't seem to know when Herod ruled. And it's Herod's rulership that kind of pushes the birthday of Jesus back to like 4 BCE. So yeah. Yeah. Nah, well, yeah, that's actually Epiphany is kind of yeah, it's the first manifestation of Jesus Christ to the Gentiles represented by the Magi, because the Magi are Gentiles. That's what it's all about. So, yes, hell has a weird smell of. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's earlier actually. The circumcision one is like 8 days later. So that would be the shit. That'd be like January 1st. They have the circumcision of Jesus, and then later on for Epiphany they have the three wise men, and then thankfully all that shit's over. So if it fixes for several hours, it's usually a good thing. It means new skills. Okay, there you go. So I'm glad the tattoos are working about. You know, we'll have to. You'll probably want to show those off when they feel like they're show offable. Big Mama Thornton, the original person around dog. Smells like foreskin. There you go. I don't know. It's been a question I've asked theists for years. Like, why is circumcision a thing if our creation is perfect? So it's tradition. I see what you did there, Fred. I see what you did there, Fred. Oh, nothing like a Fiddler on the Roof reference. And the wisest stayed home having dinner with Fangs. Yes, I don't know if we can get Fangs to confirm that bit of lore, Michael, but I'm sure I can ask him later. So, but yeah, it's the fourth wise man decided to stay home and have dinner with Fangs instead. There you go. Yeah, some of them. I don't know if you want to anoint somebody with gold, unless you're like trying to get rid of them, like taking a gold bar across their head. So, but like frankincense is a royal anointing, like for, that's why you have, see, I think it's so contrived when you really think about the gifts that are given by the wise men. Like it feels so much like a made up story, if you know what I'm saying, because gold is like a symbol of royalty, of royal prosperity. And then you have frankincense, which is a royal anointing as a king. And then you have myrrh, death, that sort of thing. Frankincense is also used in religious rituals too. So, yeah. Else, which making me unfit for military service. All right. Well, see, I can't say that that's necessarily a bad thing these days, Paul. Keep your head down. Oh, this is adjusted for the Gregorian calendar. Okay. Well, we got to adjust the calendar all the time to make it right. I mean, God's perfect calendar needs adjusting. Oh, January would have been smoking a bowl. Yeah, that's probably true. Fangs would have been smoking a bowl. That's probably true. Ugh. That time I told the priest, at Easter that the Gospels were not eyewitnesses, which you should know if you're a priest in the Swedish church. Yes. But yes. Mer means lady garden in the Swedish. Oh, okay, there we go. The gold at Jesus. It's, to me, it's a 100% made up story. I think Matthew straight up made it up. Whoever wrote Matthew had a grind with Herod, and he made up a Herod story to grind at Herod. And you don't have that story anywhere else. It only appears in Matthew. It's so I'm trying to nail the Herodians to the wall, given what we know now about Herod and some of his beliefs about himself and what the Herodians believed about him. Like Herod claimed to be the Messiah. And so you have Jesus coming along claiming to be the Messiah. So you have to get rid of Herod. So you make shit up to get rid of Herod. So it's like, yeah, okay. You're keeping your goat head down. There you go. That's good. Jesus was too young for work as a stripper, maybe later to fund his education. Being revered by those idiots. Yes. That's probably true, Cranky. Like, yes, Fang's like, oh yeah, that's my kid. Yeah, see, I even have the emoji that started that lore right here. It's a timely one. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Dad. How you doing? This other guy says he's my dad, but I'm going to run with it. Well, yeah. The thing with Matthew, my complaint, even when I was a theist, I'm like, man, he plays really fast and loose with the prophecies. Like, just it has a word in it, and therefore it's a prophecy of something that Jesus did. Is such blatantly obvious post hoc rationalization. It's just hilarious. So I should have given Jesus on closet instead of a Velcro along the sides. That's probably true. A thong. Okay, there we go. More than 100% certainty. Story was probably stolen from others. Could be. Could be. Yeah, it's. I would probably say that's a pretty accurate assumption. Matthew and Luke just copied Mark, and the problem with that particular story, the Wiseman story, is that it's not a copy of a Mark. Mark doesn't have it, and oddly enough, Luke doesn't have it either. So it only appears in Matthew. It's one of Matthew's unique things, and that just makes it one witness, which means it fails the Bible Bowl, the Bible Bowl. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. Bible Bowl criteria of 2 or 3 witnesses. So, but Epiphany is always my. I remember when I was in the church and I would do an Epiphany like thing. It was like, yeah, they sure missed the mark. Her covering after talking, the reasoning is ridiculous when it comes out. Yes, you got to understand what religion causes you to do is accept very irrational reasoning. Like you want to believe it. The confirmation bias is strong in every religion. It's why when I was watching the interview of Habermas, and he was asked why he didn't deal with confirmation bias as a criticism of the resurrection. He's like, he didn't think it applied to the early believers. And I'm like, are you flipping kidding me? It's like literally every religion thrives on confirmation bias, every single spiritual belief. So, I mean, when Earl came on and talked about her witchcraft, it was like confirmation bias. Yeah, there too. Like, but every religion has confirmation bias. So it's like to sit there and say somehow you're immune to it. Yeah. So, but that's kind of the bad reasoning. Yeah, it's a common failing of human beings. And so to sit there and say it had no effect on the early church is this kind of a very arrogant statement, because I think it affects almost everything. Luke wrote Maddie and admitted things he didn't like. Oh, that's what I just said. Yes, exactly. Easy for me to believe all that and hook, line, and sinker. Now, what? Yeah, isn't it amazing, Kyle? Like you get out. This is one of the deconversion things I think this stream is famous for on a Thursday is you get out and you look back at it and you're like, why the hell did I believe that? it's and I don't want to diminish that if you're deconverting and listening to this later or now. It's like I want you to understand that that's a normal thing on the reg. Like if I went back and went through my doctrinal statements of the Assemblies of God or the last church I passed, I'd be like, what? Why do I believe that? Like it sounds ridiculous to me now. Tattoo pics. Okay. I of course have to wait for my computer to like do things. Oh yeah. Oh, look at you. Looks great. They are healed up and they look nice, by the way. Here, let me I don't want my audience to like, what the hell are you talking about, Ed? And then I'll save this other one. That one looks pretty good. But I got a new year and I've got a new file for art in different places now. I'm trying to be more organized. It's not working. But yes, see, what I'm doing here is the lap in which our Lord naps has now officially. Oh, where the heck did they go? Oh boy. Oh, wait a minute. I'm in the wrong file. See, this is what I'm talking about. There we go. Let's open this one. For those of you that, there we go. And then, because the last time we saw Earl's tattoos, they were just done on her birthday and they were a little bit reddish. We'll just put it that way. So there you go. Yeah, probably sure. What are you talking about? Yeah, which you frankly, it's like you get out of it, don't you, Earl? And then it's like, why the hell did I believe that? It's just not even real. You already okay, very good. See, I don't take myself very seriously, so the rest of you are welcome not to either. But all right, so you get white. As I recall, you are getting white put in some of this stuff, so that'll be cool too. But there you go. But then there's I love the whales. The whale and the rabbit, of course, are both thrilling to me. So there you go. Yes, the whale and rabbit. There you go. For those of you that are about to know what I'm saying, wouldn't that be a great pub name, the Whale and Rabbit? Like, could we make a bar and call it the Whale and Rabbit and move to England or someplace where that would make perfect sense? Oh, but yes, the Whale and Rabbit. There you go. Oh my gosh. Yes, we're all mad here. So there we go. He was how. Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like the Welsh and Rabbit. There we go. See, I'm just saying it's a great pub name, the Whale and Rabbit. It would be a great pub name. And we could put like this on the sign. No, gay rights for whales. There you go. It's land rights for gay whales, but okay. Oh, it's a mad, 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 mad fluffle. There you go. That could be our motto right underneath the tag there. Oh, laughter is such a good thing. Wayland Rabbit. There you go. My gosh. Whalers. Yeah, I mean, Whalers on the moon. Looks like Saturn. It's a rabbit riding a whale or what? Funny you should say that. My career officially died today. Both my hands kept going numb and burning in pins and needles. I can't work anymore without surgery. Oh my gosh, dear. Well, I don't believe in prayer anymore. And I've been where you're at a couple of times. So, where you realize you can't do this anymore. Um, I don't know what to tell you, honestly, other than you have my deepest heart go out to you. Um, this is not a fun time, but yeah, I get what you're saying, and I've said it before, and I said it on your birthday, and I'll say it again. I don't think you're going to have to find a way to navigate something else that you can do and do that. Yeah, I'm not going to do any thoughts and prayers for you. Not a chance. Um, we're going to get some real solutions to this, but yes, I definitely had. You know how I feel about you, so it's all of that and deep concern, and now my anxiety levels went up. But yeah, it's like it's something that we're not gonna do thoughts and prayers. We'll find a way to make it happen. So we're still waiting for land rights for bio whales. Yeah, so we got a lot of hugs for you. We got a lot of hugs for you. The hugs are better for Earl because real hugs kind of freak her out, but all squishies. So, well, trails, swimming pools, No, I've never been mad. A lot of people had a similar icon. Many changed theirs to a different one by now. Okay. Yeah, thoughts, sympathy, and useless advice here. Yes. But we love you. We do love you, Earl. So lots of hugs. In my life, I haven't been able to afford health insurance thanks to it. Yes, I get it. Although, good news, the House today voted to extend the ACA benefits, including with Republican support. I'm guessing some of these Republicans are starting to hear from their constituents and realizing their political chances this year might be diminished. But it still has to be passed by the Senate. So those extensions might be coming soon. But yes. Ooh. Oh, that's a double combination I wouldn't wish on anybody, Earl. So not even my worst enemies. Yeah, they voted 221 to 211, and 9 Republicans sided with the Democrats on restoring ACA benefits for the next 3 years. It still has to pass the Senate, though. So I saw that in my news feed. So the other news from the American Congress is the Senate voted 52 to 47 to not allow Trump any further military action in Venezuela. Of course, it still has to pass the House, but so two blows to past events today. So, but it's progress of a kind. Yeah, if it gets past the Senate, I think a lot of these Republicans are realizing they kind of pulled the trigger a little bit too quickly, and a lot of their constituents are older and they're on these insurance benefits. And by tripling, they've pretty much made it even more unaffordable, and that's not good if you're trying to get reelected. So we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, definitely fingers crossed. I'm not superstitious, and I'm skeptical of government and human beings in general doing anything right. So, so yeah. Well, I mean, he can veto it, but then all of these Republicans can go to their constituents this year and say, "Hey, I tried." Like it's kind of one of those things where it can happen. So maybe I don't know. I mean, I was talking with Fred earlier about, he asked me if it was too early for a beer, and I'm like, yeah, well, in Australia it might be, but not here. And then I kind of thought about it for a little while. I don't know. Every hour I watch the news, I think there's a reason to drink something. But so, I probably free laxatives if I'm hungry. But yeah, there's a I don't know. There's a civil war inside the Republican Party that's going on because of Venezuela and a few other things. The Epstein files are making some of these America First people like, how is any of this America First? Like, you said you were going to keep us out of all this shit. You know, the threats to Greenland. you know, yeah, so nothing fixes it. Yeah, I couldn't physically hold my instrument. The day is today, sadly. Okay. Well, I'm not going to tell you what to do per se, but this was coming, and I think you probably planned for it a little bit. And I kind of told you that the dental profession might be going away for you anyway. So find something, keep the lights on. So through a junkyard, also called the Boeing assembly line. Yeah, yeah. The Greenland thing is a scary thing. I think people are like, no, wait a minute, this sounds very familiar. Some other people in the past have threatened to take over other people's territory by force. Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, the good situation. This is good. This is good. Not a good one. Because no matter how you slice it, it's a PR nightmare for the administration. Because you've got, like, no matter what, well, like, the cop was justified in shooting. He's an ICE agent, not a cop, technically. So there's a different law enforcement venue there, and something's going to be happening. It's a powder keg right now. So never need to scream in a free field email. Obviously has my email. Yeah, I mean, screaming into the void. I can buy that. I don't know if there was, but yeah, the problem that even I saw some Republicans even going, they do not like the paramilitary look to ICE. They think it makes them look like a pseudo military organization, and that's not really what their job is. They're a law enforcement agency, and so we'll see what happens. But yeah. Yeah, I get it. You may have to find something else for a while, Earl. I don't know. Keep looking. I don't know. There's always these occupations in any field that nobody really knows about, even people in the field. So you might want to look around, even in dentistry, to see if there's something else you can do that your knowledge might help you with. Like, I get the feelings right now, and I'm feeling really, really bad for you. So it's like I'm anxious for you because that's just my nature, because you're my friend. So, but yeah, I get that you kind of wanted a couple more years so you can kind of transition. But yeah, you might need something else to help you transition. So, marriage is a tax break. Yeah. Appeasement, yes. Yeah, and that's kind of, they're not shaking that image. And I think even some Republicans have realized that this isn't a good look. Like, right now, it's not a good look for the administration. They're not looking really good. Trump's in denial. He is underwater on almost every poll, including conservative polls, that saying that he's not doing a good job. Like, this is not what we signed up for. There's a lot of Republicans that, even though I disagree with what they wanted, they are not getting what they wanted. So they're kind of, this is not what I voted for. I've had a few friends tell me that privately, like they're done. So, it's like, it's an interesting situation. So yes. So there you go. There you go. But yeah, I'm, when I was talking to Fred, that's kind of what I was thinking about. I'm like, I turn on my news feed every day. There's an absolute good reason to go to the liquor cabinet and grab something almost every hour. So it's like, but yeah, I'm one of those people. I've been against qualified immunity for cops for years. I'm like, I think it gives them too much power to just do whatever they want and get away with it. Um, there's a lot of accountability issues to government that I've been way behind on, and people just keep doing what they're doing. Hey, sorry. Good to see you, Kyle. See you next time. Appreciate you stopping by. Been missing it. It's hard to say. There's high tensions everywhere, Evan. Like, ICE is going into cities and they're immediately greeted by protesters. Okay, so it's that's always going to create a tense situation. So, and the problem is only one side has guns. Okay, and apparently not afraid to use them. So we'll figure it out, Earl. And I think you can figure it out too. You're a smart woman, so we'll figure it out. Okay, I'm there for you. You can at least scream at me and yell at me and jump up and down and get mad, and I'll listen. So yeah, so it accelerates it, but yeah, it's we always think we got more time, and I went through that when I was a teacher in Houston, and then I suddenly realized there was something horribly wrong with my nervous system. Turns out it was just overloaded, but it means there are certain jobs I can't do, and it came a lot faster than I thought. I was like, I'm going to stay my 2 years at this school and move somewhere else and teach somewhere else, and maybe in a couple of years I'll make a real decision of whether I want to do this, and then that accelerated it. And trust me, it was a scary moment having to leave Texas, come back to Michigan, and try to figure out what to do. So I've been there, but it's taken a while, but it's worked out, and it'll work out for you. I believe in you. So. Yeah, it's yeah, it's not a safe situation. So yeah, you don't want it to be, but yeah, it's it's still, yeah. So, but I've been where a lot of you have been, like scared. There's just not a lot. I wish there was so many things in this world I could do something about, and you know, but my anxiety seems to be the only thing I can give to it. Sometimes it bothers me, but that's like coming to the realization that you can pray to God all you want. And it's amazing how these situations still exist no matter how much you pray. All right. But hey, Earl, I'm here for you. Like, you've been there for me. Like, people don't know, even some of you on this channel know that at times Earl's kept me going. Like, I've had my moments this last year where I just wanted to kind of done. And she's like, you're doing fine. Okay. Like, sometimes that's all you need. So yeah. 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 I know. Yep. Valid. But yes, it's, this is why this community exists. We don't do thoughts and prayers here. We don't do, we can send you virtual hugs. We can give you bad advice, but at the end of the day, I believe in you, Earl. Okay, you have the ability to make the decisions for your life that will get you into a better place. You just have to find your way. You just have to navigate it. It's a journey. So yeah, we'll send you a bunch of hugs, girl. I mean, it's like it's not an easy situation. I've been there like 6 times. But yeah, it's like when you have to change, you're counting on something to last a little while longer so you can get through something, and then it doesn't work out that way. So yeah. See you later, Martin. Appreciate you stopping by. Though, that Paul, that stereotype is famous. It gets into a lot of movies. I'm just saying. You go into acting, bro. Like, come to America, go into acting, and play that Russian. So, play that Russian. You can go home laughing to the bank at that point, maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I don't know. I got a little bit of time left, and I want to make sure I get some things done that I wanted to do, but we'll wait just a few seconds here. You don't have to use any other word than Russian for that description, says the Swede. Oh my gosh. And I used to play into that gangster all the time when he was crashing on my couch. Yes. I'm just saying, like, the stereotypes come in handy when you want to go into acting. I'm just saying it. Oh, your sister and your mother are Russian. Oh, yeah, but you just have to go into acting. Like, Paul, all you have to do is come to America and be an actor and play that stereotypical Russian, and you'll probably be in all kinds of films and TV series. You'll be fine. So, we love stereotypes in our theaters here. we love stereotypes in our television programs. Like, we got to have it. Oh my goodness. But yeah. All right. Well, let's see. I've got about 15 minutes, and then I got to sign off and go to work. But I did want to remind everybody I'll be adding a stream next week called Red Letters and Red Flags, a critical journey through the teaching of Jesus, where we're going to look at the teachings of Jesus Christ. I'll probably be doing an intro to that on Wednesdays. So there you go. It'll be 4 streams a week then, and we'll see how that works out, and we'll see what happens. But Wednesday we'll be doing this at 7. I probably, seeing you guys are here, I can give you a little precursor of some of the things I'm looking at. I'm looking at, is this a good teaching in general for humanity? Is it, who does it give a red flag for? Kind of thing. So you will bring all your flags. There you go. Bring all your red flags. Bring the blue ones and pink ones too. All the colors of the rainbow will be welcome, but we're going to look at the red flags. But the idea is to, like, I was originally going to do this as like a video series, but I think this one will actually fit our live streaming a little bit better. So for those of you who used to go to church and actually, even right up to the moment you walked out, you kind of liked the Bible studies, this is for you. So, so there you go. So, but you can bring all the flags. So, but I'm also looking, like, Bart Ehrman and I have a few disagreements. I'm not a doctor who used to teach it. Like I think he just retired, but like used to teach it in a university. But I want to know how somebody like him can say, "Well, we think that this is more likely from Jesus than this." I want to know how that is. Because if the historicity is all questionable, I would say whether Jesus taught all this stuff is questionable. But at the same time, is it good teaching? So we'll see. Too many red flags. Nazis and communists, too many red flags. There you go. Bring all the flags. Bring them all. Yes, see, you can do that. But yeah, we'll be doing that Wednesday. And then, I've got a video about my reconstruction story I'm working on the script for. It's something I've done every year, and I'm like, I've got to do that video because this last year has been very interesting. I didn't achieve any goals that I had for the channel. However, something happened along the way that I think was equally wonderful as achieving my goals. So I want to talk about that. So, that's why I left Sunday school at 7. Oh, this shouldn't bore you. We're going to ask, like, when Jesus says certain things, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, we can actually ask that question. You can't ask that in Sunday school or Bible study. So, hey, Triple E, thanks. Good to see you, too. Oh, thanks. Nom. Yep. Yeah. So we'll be doing this on Wednesdays. That'll be still have the fireside chat on Monday. Thursday, we'll still be doing this Deconversion Hangout. Saturday, we'll be reacting to something and having a good time on a Saturday night. So, yeah, it's kind of like that. I've kind of changed the way I do goals anyway now. It's like every month did something get better, and that's kind of the way I'm rolling with it every month. So, and making shit up as you go. There you go. See? Good American guys take the Russian mafia out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Haven't you watched John Wick? I'm just asking, Paul, could you appear in a John Wick film as a Russian? That's all I'm asking. I think you might. Didn't you use it last time? Like the milestones are available, but you just have to. I don't know. The YouTube has been weird anyway, so sometimes I take things out till I can repair them. Repair in air quotes, or fix them. So yeah. So there you go. Thanks, Fred. Yeah, good, bad depends on how you use the idea. You might lose a head a little. Okay, there you go. I'm just saying, if you could appear in a John Wick film, I mean, there might be another one where he has Russians in it. It's been a very popular series here in America for reasons, I guess. There you go. And then let's see. Other than that, that's kind of my plan. I figure once I do a video, you won't stop me and you'll get annoyed with how many videos I'm doing after that. But that's kind of the way I roll. But I just got to get going again. And that one's one that's been very close to my heart. So I want to make sure I recap 2025 and what I learned this year, deconverting and reconstructing and deconstructing and all that. So we'll have that. Yeah, that's kind of the now the cops are coming. You have to get to bed. You do that, Rimmer. Take care of yourself. Still on holiday, so you should be there. Okay, there you go. See, this is Wednesdays, so we'll see you Saturday. Saturday, I haven't determined what I'm reacting to yet, but I will be reacting to something. Not really sure what that will be at present, but there's a lot of options out there. I mean, theists still say silly things. So, the newsboys, yeah, I'm still short a donation. I'm sitting here. I can see it. So need one more. Then I'll hang on for 10 minutes to make sure you get your money's worth. So, I will say that yes, that is an amazing thing. I've been out of the church. Oh gosh, let's see, that's 2018, so it'll be 8 years. This May will be my 8th anniversary having walked away from the church. It'll be 10 years in June this year of being an atheist. So that's a milestone I'll celebrate probably in June on the channel. And it's been 11 years come May of this year that I've not been a Christian. So, so it's, and yet the deconstruction, it continues. I was listening to Apology and Shannon Q with their New Year's thing, and they, she was talking to Paul about, didn't you, like, when you're reading some of the, didn't any of this like jar your morale? And I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, Shannon, girl, that's how deep the indoctrination goes. Like, it takes a while to get over this stuff. So I absolutely understand this comment, Michael, so well. It's like, no matter how far I walk away from it, there's still something like, I mean, I love Cranky, but the tendrils that deconstructing and your faith have on you long after you walk away from it are pretty deep, depending on how deep you were in it. And I was in it pretty deep. So, no. Natural atheists have a lot easier time dealing with this stuff than I do. Yeah. And I don't know if that's ever going to go away. So, yes, tentacles. But yeah, the tentacles from your old faith kind of latch on you, and you have to kind of break them off one by one. And it's not an easy. Shakes fist the clown. There you go. Still one super chat short. So there you go. So I'm showing Christians yelling and harassing Buddhist monks. It must be a watch for atheists. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not uncommon for religions to harass each other. Buddhist monks generally don't harass anybody else, though. They're probably an exception out there somewhere, but yeah. Yeah, like, it also depends on your level. Like, are you from a liberal religion or a more fundamentalist religion? Like, I feel sorry most, like, I'm glad this didn't happen to me, but I saw somebody who had deconverted. They were 60 years old, and they had been in a fundamentalist, like hyper fundamentalist denomination all 60 years. And they finally get out, and it's like, it's like they've been in a war. Like, you can hear their, like, oh my God, I'm so glad that's over, but they're still going through a bunch of stuff that they have to deal with. So yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I think that's what it was. They were doing a peace walk across the U.S. and some Christians harassed them. I mean, why would Christians want peace? So, but yes, yeah, it was a super rough story. Like, but every once in a while I had across my news feed of a deconstruction story that's really like, oh my God, you know. So, and the thing is, you get out and it's still not over. Like, it's not over, you know. So, yeah, so the Buddhist told them to peace off. I end themselves because of a religious reason? Probably not. The thing with libertarians and like assisted deletion is that's a choice for the individual to make. Like, we're very, like, I explain it to people, like, you've got conservatives that are very, like, they have their views, liberals have their views, and libertarians usually are actually different on that view. Like, I don't know, ending yourself with religion. I would probably, as an atheist, answer that question. That's really dumb and stupid. Okay, but as a libertarian, like, I guess if that's the way what you want to do with your life, I guess. But here I have an alternate suggestion for you, kind of thing. But yeah, like, I don't know. I changed my view on this after I saw a good friend of mine go through hell dying for a year. And so I absolutely changed my view on that. Like, I think also the Robin Williams thing kind of got me going and thinking about it too. So it's like, there's an individual choice. Like, if you get to a point where life is absolutely miserable and it's never going to get better because of your illness, yeah, I can see why people want to do that. So it's a free choice question. Earl. Thank you so much, Earl. I know what you're going through, and that means a lot more than it usually would. Okay. And it would mean a lot anyway. So thank you very much. And the Newsboy hat did win. So there you go. And I'll hang on for a little bit longer, but I do have to go. Yeah, it's definitely Squishy's time. It's like, I don't know. I get up, I go to work, and I look forward to streaming, and I look forward to YouTubing, because it seems to be the only thing. Okay, some days it keeps me going. You guys are very good at that. So you answered Fred's message. Okay, there you go. Major stream. Yeah, it's kind of been that way today. I mean, but that's kind of why it exists. I mean, Deconversion Hangout is about that too. Like, if you need a e-hug, if you need somebody to say, hey, hang in there, we're it. Okay, we're it. All right. Like, we atheist, non-believer, free thinker types have trouble with community. And when a good community comes up like this one, yeah, we need to keep it together. And part of that is giving each other virtual hugs or whatever and saying, hey, man, I'm there. Like, uh, yeah, you always want to protect people from indoctrination. But this is a very complex conversation, because libertarians in general don't trust government, and they have damn good reason given its history. So, so it's like, do we want the government involved in something, because they'll probably screw it up too. So yeah, it's like, yeah. So there, but at the same time, I think being a voice of why religion is stupid is, you can do that too. So satanic profile pictures. Yeah, there you go. Need the elbow wrist surgery for many years, but my blue collar self decided to suffer through it. I regret that decision. Get it fixed. Okay. So there's some advice from Ron in Ohio. And it's all about balance. And man, have we screwed up that balance every which way. Yes. Yeah. It's like, it's every time we as human beings decide to go all in on one thing, it's usually never been good for us. So it's like, having options is always a better way. Being skeptical is a better way. Being, analyzing things is always better. And then once you figure something out, it's a lot better, and you can jump in. And it's stepping back and taking your time with a decision, like, is one of the things I've learned deconverting. Like, don't just trust God. I don't have that option anymore. But keeping things balanced, keeping things on the level. So sometimes complex solutions are required. Yeah, and I agree with that. Don't get me wrong. I think sometimes human beings actually have the answer without needing to turn to anything else. Like, they're just exercise your basic humanity and the problem might be solved. But too many people have been, through religion and political cultery and whatever, have been taught that they can't trust their basic humanity. And I don't know. I've learned to trust my basic human instincts a lot more, like reaching out to help people. I mean, autistic though I am, I still have feelings about other people. So it's like, so yeah, I think that should be go. Like, there's a point where you're protecting the kid. Like, I think that's something that sometimes is very much necessary. So, all right, there you go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to figure it out, Earl. Like, you're gonna have to look at your options, and you have options. Everybody always has options. You just got to look for them. I have my options, but I've made my decision that I don't need a lot of money to keep the lights on, so I'm going to focus on building something else slowly but surely. So, but yeah, there you go. But yeah, you can look around, Earl. I think you can find something that you'll be fine. Like, you'll be fine. Just gotta deal with it. I get it though. And there's a lot of jobs like dental hygiene I've seen people deal with. Like, I know nurses have their back issues, same thing. There comes a point where no amount of painkillers can allow them to do what they do again, and they have to figure something out. So there's a way. Oh, Shirley? I don't know. If you suffer either way, it's best to choose the pain-free way. Okay. Carpal tunnel a year ago, and the test was inconclusive. They didn't tell me. Okay. All right. So there you go. So you're gonna have to figure it out. I think I'm hoping the best, but hope the best and plan as best as you can and execute as best as you can. Figure it out. And I haven't met any. I mean, there's a lot of crazy people in chat, but I haven't met too many dumb ones. So medical tourism. There you go. Yeah, you can be a tourist. Get your medical care done somewhere else. There you go. All right, folks. I do absolutely have to leave, though. I am. I really hate to leave, but I've reached my limit. I've got to get ready to go to work, and what I've done is basically I get almost everything ready that I can for work ahead of time before I sit down to stream, so I can stream at 7, and then I got a few things that I have to do before I take off. Um, so yeah, there you go. But yeah, I appreciate all of you guys stopping by. We'll give a lot more hugs to Earl and anybody else who's going through stuff. Lots of hugs, lots of fluffle to you. Appreciate all of you. I want to appreciate everybody that stopped by, to all of you that gave tonight, to Martin, to Cranky, to Triple E, to Fred, and to Earl. Thank you so much. It's just it's great. I appreciate that so much. And we're going to continue to keep on doing what we're doing, making small changes and additions here and there as the year goes by, and we'll see what ends up at the end. I appreciate all of you. So may fangs nibble on all of your hearts. May he purify your vegetables from religious corruption, and may you always leave a properly circumcised carrot out, leave it on your stash. It may cause fangs to take the carrot instead of the stash, but there are no guarantees with any religious ritual, as many of you well know. And so make sure you do that. Nom nom and all of that. And as always, folks, live your best life. Take all your time. You only get one go around and then it's over. So take all of your time, your money, your energy, your opportunities, and give them to yourself, the people you love and care for, and to make this a better world. You'll be happier if you do. And don't waste them on the trappings of religion and faith. That's a dead end. I speak from experience. And as always, Folks, thanks for stopping by, and I will absolutely catch all of you next time on Saturday. And I don't know what we're reacting to, but we'll react to something, and we'll have a good time. See you then.
It's time to take a stand, bringing the truth to a fucked up